What if there is a better way to plan our trips in our EVs? I tested the app called A Better Route Planner. I connected it to my Xpeng G6 with live data, tested it in a trip coming from Porto to Lisbon around 300 kilometers to see how it handles, the type of information it gives. So we are in the Google Play Store and I have already installed the app and we will open it. And as you can see, this is the main screen of the app where you can see the map, your location, and then you can start playing plan your route here. And you can also, for instance, pinch zoom here and just check one specific charging station and check the information of that charging station with the available plugs, some information. Sometimes we have photos, we have the pricing based on the cards that we have configured, and some characteristics, amenities that are available nearby the charging spot. So here it's some useful information. If you want to plan something specific, you can do it here. As you can see, it has a bunch of charging points that you can look in. So you can use it not only for big trips, but also to small trips, or just to find a charging station near you. Then of course you can plan your trip using this slider here, and you just need to select a place where to go and define some stuff here and plan your trip, and it will give you, depending on the characteristics of the route that you are planning, it will give you the route and the charging stops that you need to do to arrive to your destination. So it's very simple. You can specify a bunch of stuff. For instance, you can say it is here, as you can see, it's planning a stop when we have 32% and saying that we need to charge it to 65. But for instance, you could come here and say that you want to charge for a little bit more time. So let's say 25 minutes, because I do want to eat something over there. So I'm saying this, I will save. And then as you can see here, the plan, it's plan button, it's saying that we need to plan. We are going to click here, and it will consider the 25 minutes of charging because we want to stay there 25 minutes, and it's now 93%. So we will arrive to the final destination with 48. So it's you can do whatever you want. So in the plan, so before starting the trip, you can plan whatever you want over here. Also very quickly to show you, so it then gives you the trip, of course. Also just to show you very quickly, we have the settings here. So you can configure your car. You can just come here and select a different brand, a different model, and select your car. If you have multiple cars, you can create multiple cars also here. And then it will bring some the characteristics of the car to the app, and you can use them to plan and give information to the app, so that they can do their math and the route planning. Also, you have a bunch of stuff to configure. You can define the speed that you are going to do, if you want to consider the traffic during the route, if you want to consider your charging cards, if you want to consider just some types of networks or chargers, in the battery, what type of battery you want to have, so the start of charge of the battery, the settings of the vehicle. If there is already a degradation on the vehicle, you can specify here so that it can consider that. The temperature, if there are more people in the car, or if you are taking too many bags, you can specify extra weight for the planning, and also the route conditions. So if there is bad weather, it can consider that for the planning. So then generic configurations of the app. So as you can see, it is very detailed. It has a bunch of stuff that we can in fact use to plan our trip. And one of the biggest things, but it's only available on the paid version, is the connection of real data to the car. As you can see here, we have Xpeng G6 standard range, that it's my car. It's connected here, and if I click here, you will see that it's connected via Enode. So if I do edit live connections, you can see I have over-the-air live data connected with the Enode stuff. Let me try to unlink. Okay, it's unlinked now. So I will show you how to link your car, in this case the Xpeng G6, to the better route planner. So you just need to press link. You say that you want to connect with Enode. It will ask you and provide you a bunch of stuff, information. It will say that it's going to read your data, so you need to confirm a bunch of stuff. Then you will be sent to the Xpeng account login details. I am already signed in, so it's already done, but you just need to put your username and password for the Xpeng login, let's call it like that. You will connect it, and then you can just move forward. It will detect that you have a car because you have, that you have your email address connected to the VIN of your car. So it will show already here, it's ready to connect, and you just need to connect it and it's complete. So after this, of course, it's giving this, it always gives this error, but it's then connected. So it's connected, and it will bring this information from the car automatically. So it will pull this information from time to time, and it will provide this information to the car. If I have this disconnected here, you will see the departure state of charge. I can put whatever I want here, but if I click here, it will get that information from the car. So it will read that the car has 89% of battery and will consider that. For the reference consumption, if you click here, you will see that it needs to calibrate these. So based on the amount of kilometers that you are going to do using the app, it will give a confidence of this. And it currently is on 52%. I'm not using too much this app. I only use it for this one trip. But you can use this reference consumption that it's coming from the car. Okay, but this is the overall consumption, not only on highway. So I sometimes prefer to put it here, the one that I usually have during the trips on highway, only on highway, so that the trip planner can use this information instead of the generic one that you have on your car. So basically this is the settings and the app. So let's start our trip and see how this handles it. To start the trip back to Lisbon, so I'm gonna reset here trip B. We currently have 85% of battery. Search for plan, let's go home. Okay, we have 3 hours. It says 1 charger stop. So let's see, it's 158 kilometers from where we are. We are already in the highway going back to Lisbon, and we have already set the app, a better route planner for the trip, as you saw before. We are going to stop in 147 kilometers, and as you can see here on this side, I don't know what this symbol is, that it's saying 150 kilowatts. It's staying like that since the beginning of the trip. But then it has also some information there that it's 82. It's the battery that we currently have, and also the percentage of battery that we will have when we arrive. So let's see what happens with this, if it is better. I will resume. So as you see here, it is connected. So these green bars saying that it is connected to the car. We just arrived to the destination, the charging destination, and until now, very good. It was stating that we would arrive here with 26%, but we did with 35. I will start now the charging session. We are currently charging. This is the information that we are getting from the better route planner while we are charging. So he knows that we are charging, and it's showing that we are going to still need to wait around 14 minutes. I don't think it's going to be needed this much because we are already at 66%. He's telling us to leave with 86% of battery so that we can reach at home with 20%, and we are still missing 169 kilometers to arrive home at 6:32. So this is the information that the car gives us while we are still charging. So here we are in the middle. So as you can see, we are already at 78. So it's saying 9 minutes, but I think it's going to be more like 4. So it's 4:45. So I think at 4:50 we are ready to go. So guys, we have done the charging stop. So a better route planner told us to charge until 86, so we did it till 87, and is now stating that we will arrive with 22% at home. That was more or less what we have requested. We are now with more 167 kilometers to go to arrive at 627. So guys, we have arrived with 30% of battery, so the planner worked perfectly. It was stating that we would arrive with 20 and we did it with 30, so it's okay. No problems with range anxiety or stuff like that. Let me check the amount of kilometers. So we made 323.4 kilometers on this trip. So guys, here we are after our trip from Porto to Lisbon to test this A Better Route Planner app. So we decided to do this to replace, let's call it like that, the inbuilt system with this tool to see if it was better for planning and navigation during a trip. And as you probably already understood, there are two versions. So the free version can be used to plan, to check the maps, to find charges, etc. And there is a paid version that it's also including the connection to the real life data of the car, and also for to be able to use it on Android Auto, for instance. Okay, so there are these two options. So let's divide this analysis in two sections, the planner and the navigation. Let's start by the navigation part. It is not the best one, okay? So the maps itself are okay. I didn't saw anything strange in the maps. But the navigation itself, it was very strange because so when you are driving slowly and you start to make a turn, the map itself, it's already turning. So you know how it is. So usually when we are turning, so the map will turn so that we are focused always in front. But in this case, it seems that the maps anticipate the movement. It starts moving before we arrive to the place. And what happens is that if you are in a highway, it is not a big change, so it is okay. But if you are in city driving and if you have a turn left and then a turn right, you look to the map to have a visual reference and you don't know where you are because it's the map is moving in different ways than you are moving. So it's not as good as Waze or even the inbuilt system of Xpeng. The navigation sound, so the indications that I had. So I had the setting for Portuguese. It's there, so I assume that was ready to be used, but it is not. What happens if we have Portuguese, and I would assume that in some other languages it will happen the same, it is that it seems to be an AI voice just reading Portuguese text. So they change the navigation indications to Portuguese, and then there is an AI voice just spelling it out. And it's terrible, terrible, terrible. But then the good part, and it was the focus of this topic, was the planning part. I did enjoy it. Okay, so it's very easy, very, very easy. You can just specify the destination points you have. So if you have multiple stops, you can define that. Then you can define for each stop, you can alter some configurations. So if you want to arrive at one stop at 30% and the other stop at 50% or whatever, so you can define everything. You can define how much time you will spend in one spot, and then it will recalculate everything based on what you planned there. So again, you can do this in the free version. When you arrive at a charging stop, it will give you the information on the charging situation, so the state of charge of the car, and it will give you the amount of time left for that stop. You can have your mobile open to check all the information over there to see when you have to go back to the car and start your trip again based on the plan that was made. In terms of statistics and information, it is very clean, so it gives the normal indications, normal information on the map, but then it's giving me the actual state of battery, so that it is very easy to check the real battery status on the car, and then if the information is arriving correctly to the A Better Route Plan app, and it's there, and it is going to be updating the state of charge of the arriving destination, so the next point that we have set up. It feels nice, it feels solid, it feels stable. So I did enjoy it better than the inbuilt system that, if you saw my previous video from the trip from Lisbon to Porto, that you can check over here, you know that I had some problems with the inbuilt system, but I will try it again, because I know that I made some mistakes also, and I assumed some things. Now I know more or less how to do it, so I will try to do another trip with the inbuilt system. This is the tool, you can try it. I don't have nothing against or in favor of the tool. It's just another tool that you can try out and see for yourself, but this was my experience. I did enjoy it for the planning part. The navigation part, it was more or less. And this is it. So guys, again, if you like it and if you want more content like this, just press the like, you know that this will help, and subscribe the channel, leave a comment if you want for me to test any other app or any other solution for these trips, and see you soon. See you in the next video. Bye bye.